Welcome back to Black Skies Reviews. In this review, we'll be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Python Patrol Crimson Guard. This is a Target exclusive. Retail for about $24.99. For you package collectors, here's the front of the box. This is a plastic-free box, unfortunately. And let's take a look at it. Start with the box has the age rating, 4 and above, and a warning for your small collectors. Be very careful. The artwork's pretty decent. I love the choppers on here. I think they're great. And the Cobra insignia on the back. The shirt looks green to me, but that's just me, I guess. There's a picture of the figure, the beautiful Python Patrol logo, the G.I. Joe Classified logo, and the nameplate there at the bottom. Overall, for not having any plastic, I think it looks pretty cool. There's the back of the box. Python Crimson Guard shows the figure, all your accessories. Couple shots, Cobra insignia there. We have some of those stats here in low mid section of the box. A bunch of crap no one cares about. But there you go. If you're going to chance keeping these in the box, let's just hope your Crimson Guard's in there. Like I said, the artwork's pretty good on the side of the box. A little more on a green level for me, but pretty nice nonetheless. And inside the box, we do have the overall larger stats here. It says number 66 in the line, if you didn't know. Here's the top of the box. Pretty cool. Let's look at the bottom of the box. And there's UPC. That helps you find this figure at your local Target. You can copy that down. There's a weapons crate. It's pretty cool. For 66. This is a very thin, cheap box. Nothing much to get excited over because it's garbage. It's never going to stand the test of time. Maybe use it for a while and then eventually it'll just deteriorate into nothingness. Here's the Crimson Guard in the packaging, all tied up. Alright, with that being said, let's get him freed and check him out. So here's outside the box. So what I like to do is my first impressions on my videos to give you guys what am I thinking when I first see the figure. First thing I notice is the pistol holster and the belt on some of these figures anymore. It seems like they're just like thrown on and assembled. Like I had to reposition his belt, and this was like all up in his crotch. She had to bring it down. It's not like they take a lot of care. And I also noticed some of these figures that the legs are pulled down to the drop down hips, which kind of hoping that's just a packaging issue, assembly issue, not something prelude to say, okay, well, over time, as you place your figure, your drop down hips are going to fail, and you're going to have like sagging legs. Hopefully that's not an issue. I'm just like, you know me, I think ahead and stuff like that. And also I noticed a gapping issue on my arm right here. So that's what stood out. And other than that, also on the pads to stand out first, I guess, for this figure. But the fluorescent yellow is really just like pretty wild color scheme. But nonetheless, it's a Python Patrol Crimson Guard. I must say I do like the helmet, so let's take a look at it. Very nice. Here's the front of it. They do have the gold. Oh my. The silver mask instead of a black, like the traditional Crimson Guard figure we've been getting. It has the Walmart exclusive version of the silver. So it has the red visor. Very cool. Then we have this silver piece on this helmet on the top. That's like a ranking or what that's for, but the helmet itself is black. It's a nice side profile. Back. Front of the figure. It's pretty good. Alright, so what's really interesting I like is they have the little bit of red on here, which it translates right to his weapon, so it's really cool. We're checking those out too. Here on the shoulder, we do have his stripes done in silver and metallic red. There, and on that side. Then we have the doll rope, it's like a maroon. There's a red collar around his neck also. It's just pretty cool. Then it has actually silver trimmed very small around the very tip of the collar. There's a lot going on his chest. He does have that gray pattern, Python Patrol pattern. It's like the two-tone gray, the dark with the lighter gray stripes, the black Cobra insignia. And here's some ranking. Here we have the red and silver. This is really cool. I mean, that, you guys, that's pretty detailed right there for being, you know, even a 112 scale figure. That's a lot of sculpting right in there. There's a lot of different kind of layers in there, texture. This piece right here, it's kind of metallic red, or metallic maroon, if you want to go that way. Silver squares throughout the vest here. I guess they probably act as buttons, maybe. Very cool. His arm, of course, he has a yellow shirt underneath. He has the Python Patrol logo on his arm, just below the gap age issue. Seen that issue with some of the other figures also. There was a Dusty, maybe. Then we have the red stripes around his forearms, and that's all the way around 360. Back of the figure is not much to see. We got the peg hole for his backpack. He has a gray trim around the bottom of his sleeves. Comes down to like a point. And he has black gloves. His belt is definitely removable if you want to take it off. You can see how that the gray translates down to like the lower area of his crotch area. But this is usually hiked up like that in the packaging, so you got to pull it down. Get it where you like it. I like it just at the pants level. We have a V on the block of plastic. He does have a knife or a sword. Probably isn't. I think he has a knife sleeve there. You can probably use it for both. Pistol case on his thigh pad. Then we have some line work just right there, like the darker gray over the lighter gray pants. So I kind of reversed the pattern a little bit. And we have knee pads that are just done in gray, but they're there. Then we have the black boots. There's a sculpting pocket. Little silver buckle right there on his shoe. I think he's a pirate, maybe? I don't know. Then we have the bottom of his feet. There's some print there. Peg holes in the bottom. Overall, pretty decent. Gets the job done. For the Crimson Guard, here's some different angles so we can take a look at the features. Main features is his chest area. Very cool. There's those shoulders. There's that insignia. Get to come through pretty clear. Very nice. Overall, this is a basic repaint of the Red Crimson Guard. Articulation, head does rotate 360 all the way around. Back and forth. Not a whole lot like staying down or up. Just kind of a little bit. Get the side to side motions. Arms rotate 360. Up that far. You can see when you start torquing on this thing. If you go all the way out here, that gapage really appears. Just try to stay close as you can to under the forearm. Because you don't want to stress out that peg. You can see what happens. See that? So if you stay here, it doesn't do it. So you're not putting a stress on your joint. Just as a little tip. Bicep rotation here, 360. You can see that's the cut there. Double jointed elbows. Pretty good range. For the hands, I think we have the in and out, maybe. I can't really tell because of that sleeve. I'm trying to pull the hand out. Yeah, it's the down and up. You see the joint. Yes, you have it up and down like this on that hand. And then this one is hidden with that sleeve piece. Yep, the same one. It's already in that position. So we have none of the in and out. You should have one of each so you can get nice weapons posability. The chest is on like this unique piece. I don't really particularly like that waist design, but it is what it is, I guess. Way back, way back. See here the waist. You can rotate it 360 if you'd like for whatever reason. You can do a little side to side also. Then obviously we talked about the drop down hips. I'm just hoping one day they don't sag like that with all of our figures from playing with them. For those of us that enjoy our figures outside the packaging. There you go. Amazing splits for this guy. And let's hope it, oh man, that'd be terrible to look like that. Splits this way. Drive this back up. I see a lot of times it's just in a package like that. It irritates me. I don't know why. It's my pet peeve, I guess. Sits pretty decently. So we can put him in the new his tank we're getting. I can see, let them repaint everything like crazy. I might get a repaint Python Patrol his tank. I hate repaints. Thigh swivel. But when you do that, you break up the line mark. That's the only bad part about that. Double jointed knees. Lower one's a little stiffer, but more than you're ever going to need on the range for your knees. So pretty good. Boot cut 360. It gets a little tighter on that knee. If you do pivot down, pivot up, and then it has the rotation around the ankle to give you that illusion for your rockers or your general rotation. And gonna get crazy with the posing outside normal human range. It's there if you want to do that for purposes. But yeah, he's there. He's cool. For me, I'm one and done. When I got mine at Target the other day, picked up a couple figures. I was surprised they had as much as they did. They had one of these guys, and I felt very lucky to get one because there was only one. It must have been meant to be mine. I'm happy because I don't have to find any more. I can turn my attention to finding those range vipers from Walmart. In your bag, in your little thin box, you got this bag. Weapons in it. Just tear it open. And then we'll see what we got inside. Always dump them out like on a table surface where you can see all your weapons. And then I always like to, you want to untear your packaging. This is a tip too. Because those little weapons get in those corners and you could lose something like a knife or a little pistol. Or some of those little accessories some of the figures come with. Now the weapons I'm quite happy with because I love a little detail to give ownership to my weapons. And here you go. I love that they added that red maroonish color to a couple of his weapons, which really, really I appreciate. Not only do they put the red, they have the gunmetal color blade on his knife. That's a great weapon. I'm very excited for this. So I think this is where the figure shines. For once, is the accessories. And it looks pretty menacing, that blade. Removal clip. You only get the one, so be careful. It snaps in, so you shouldn't lose it. So you don't want to lose it. So you got his hands. The hand seems, traditional thickness. Don't seem to be too hard. You gotta be very careful with that trigger guard. There you go. There's him just basically holding it up to give you an idea real quick. And then bring it down. You can see the trigger finger is where it's supposed to be. And that blade is sick. Really excited for this weapon. We do have a drill barrel for some blast effects. We really need to start getting some accessory packs for Hasbro for our blast effects. And it looks like you can get a double hand wield if you want to do that. I'm not going to waste too much time with it, but you can see the range is there for you guys. He's very cool with his weapon. There's that. Comes with a pistol. Looks more realistic pistol for once instead of Nerf gun. Pretty nice. Sculpting there on the handle. And then notice is the guard here is really thick. That hole looks, the diameter of that hole looks smaller than maybe that finger is going to accept. So let's give it a try. But I bet you that's going to have to be cleaned out some. But we can try and see. No? Oh, believe it or not, it went right in. That's pretty good. That hole looked very small. Very cool. Drill barrel also. So you can put some blast effects in. Very, very cool. He holds that really nice too. Moving on with these weapons, he has this very cool knife. We have the red again, which matches that assault rifle. I love that. And the blades match. Get some sick blades for this guy. Very, very cool. It doesn't come with any alternate hands, so you're gonna have the trigger finger on the knife whenever you're actually playing with him, and he holds that very snugly. Very nice. And then, since I forgot about doing it, we're gonna do it together. We're gonna do we're gonna test out his knife case. The angle of the body sometimes gets in the way of these, so you gotta move it out of the way a little bit. That's how that looks. And then, since we forgot, here's his pistol in his case. Getting him all geared up. What I like is I can have all my accessories on my figure. That's another one of my pet peeves about my figures, at least. You know, it's nice to have it, gears them up, and if you can get a nice system to where your figures don't fall over, if you display them, you don't have to worry about losing anything because they have everything, as long as the design's right, and then they're pretty snugly in the cases so they don't fall out. We have his sword. We have very nice. All the blades are matching up. All the handles are matching up. Very cool. It's like my paint might have ran a little bit on there. See the blemishes right there and right there. But I am not going to care about tracking down another one to exchange it, because this is going to be a pain to do. Trying to find G.I.JOE crossover figures in stores. Here's his sword sleeve. A little bit of design there. Not too bad. And you put it in that far, and I'll start catching that resistance right there. So when you push, it goes in, it gives you a nice tight fit. But what happens with heat and long time that in there like that in a display, warms up the paint, paint pulls out. When you pull it out, you get missing paint. Some more tips for you from my experience from being a G.I.JOE collector for so long. Sword in his hand, same scenario with the actual knife. You're going to have the issue with the finger. But he might get its way. No, it doesn't. Enough clearance there. Holds it pretty good. Awesome. Casey wants to go one-on-one with one of the G.I.JOE Ninja Force team members, or he just wants to get brutal and hack away at normal Joes. He's got his sword, which is really cool. So I'm gonna hold off on putting the well, because there's two places you can put this sword. You can put it here in this belt. There's a piece right here. If you want to put that there, you can. I myself don't like it there. I think it looks stupid. It just doesn't work for the figures the way that the design is. And my belt's backwards, but that's okay. Bend it around. You get past that piece. It just kind of like, it's there. It just looks retarded, in my opinion. The way it just sticks out. It's just, there's no really fluency to the overall aesthetic for me. Just me, but I'll show you an alternative if you happen to feel the same way I do. Another thing I don't like, it gets in the way of the arm like that. So even if it's seated properly in the right position, it's just, especially if you got your gun now and everything's in the way. But that's how that looks for overall. It sticks out the back. Can't get any lower than that because of the gun case. So, but the alternative is to put it with his backpack, which is very cool. Nice design. Silver Cobra insignia. I wish we'd move. These are 1/12 scale figures. There's no reason we don't have working backpacks with the straps. And this doesn't flop open to put stuff in. Especially at this price point. Come on, Hasbro, get with it. Peg hole in the back. Very nice fit. And then you do see that there is two pieces on this backpack. We have this hole, and we have the peg. Alright, no jokes. Then we have This is where I kind of tend to. I know it's not traditional, but it's just up and out the way. It can go very nice snug fit right there. I prefer it there right now. I don't know why. I just do. Don't judge me. Very cool. And then if you want to, if you just want him hanging out, or if you're using your small arms, you can attach your assault rifle to the back here too. So I'm gonna remove this for a sec. Oh, that's really on there. A nice hold. You can be very careful because that's thin plastic. You can stick the peg through the trigger guard like so. I'm trying to think what's they have it actually molded to that specific space. Oh, there it is, that way. So you can add that to your backpack like so. I'd be very careful though, because that might wear out and break, and you see that'd be a breaking point if you're not too careful. And then you can have that look on the back like this. See, all his accessories is on this figure, which is great. And it's the same for both Crimson Guards. I haven't got the Walmart one yet. I'm still on pre-order for that thing. I don't know what's going on with that. It's going to pre-order forever. It has on pre-order for that before, way before I even got this. This even wasn't announced. I don't know what's going on with this Walmart ones. Looks pretty good overall. Alright, let me go ahead and bring in the just a comparison of the other Crimson Guard. Okay, there's with the pretty much the mainline Crimson Guard. Like I said, I don't have the Walmart one. I'm getting just one of those two with the silver mask because I'm just going to use them as Sergeant. I'm currently up to like 10 of these Crimson Guards here. That's the one I chose to army build because I was banking on the easiest ones to get to army build. So I want to get a couple more. I want to just get like 12. I got to get 2 more. I just haven't got around to it. And but for this guy, he's one and done. He's pretty cool. I highly recommend him. I mean, he'd be cool in the army build, but like some of the product images with him in the woods with a big old yellow shirt is a big old target. I don't understand that. That's kind of ironic. Target. He's a big target in the woods, and he came from Target. Interesting. Okay, guys. Hope you guys liked this review. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in our next review.